Good morning. Good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
So when the exam start?
Third?
In December.
Yes, sir.
December 3rd of December,
3rd of December. Acha, too early.
MCS 231 and 9th of December, MCS
2:30.
230.
What about your preparation?
Sir, we started, but in MCS 230, no, it is a little bit confusion, sir, because numericals are there.
Now we'll discuss in the last class. In last coming Saturday, we'll discuss some numerical.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so
Thank you.
please join that day. So we'll discuss some numerical. That's
Sir, when will be the project Viva or something like that?
Actually, I don't have any idea. That is Mr. Datta sir.
Okay, Ratan sir.
RK Datta. Acha. Let us start. Mobile IP network. Last class, I have discussed that. Here is mobile IP, and this was the summary. When a corresponding node send the data to the mobile node, it first come to the home agent, but mobile node is not available in the home network. It has already left the home network and enters the foreign network. So you know that the foreign agent shows a care of address to the home agent. So there is a tunneling. You see, we have already discussed that. The summary was that. That is, there is a tunneling, and this tunneling means there is no interfere between the way, and it is encrypted. Once the data reach in the packet reach at the foreign agent, it is delivered to the mobile node because mobile node belongs to the foreign network, and the mobile node sends an acknowledgement to the foreign agent that I have received, and immediately the foreign agent directly send the acknowledgement to the corresponding node, which is indicated by you see there's arrow from foreign agent to the corresponding node. For this purpose, the tunneling is not used. You see, the tunneling is a one-way direction for sending data only from home agent to the foreign agent. So we have already discussed encapsulation property, tunneling, route optimization. Last class we have discussed cellular IP also. It is another protocol. Is considered to have a limitation in its capability to handle large number of mobile stations moving fast between different radio cells. So mobile IP has some limitation. If a large number of mobile stations are moving very fast, the performance of mobile IP become low, or that is why the cellular IP is used for that purposes. We have already discussed in the previous class. And you see here that is it use internet. There is a corresponding host and home agent is there, and internet is there. So that is data is set to the packet is set to the internet through internet. The mobile IP foreign agent is there, and this is use that uh, network to receive that. And if the number of hosts are more and moving very fast and uh, frequently changing its network, so in place of mobile IP, cellular IP is used. IPv6 version 6 mobility, internet protocol version 6. When a host is connected to a link or network, it acquires an IP address and communication takes place using that IP address on that link. We know that when you connected to a network, any network, it may be a wired network or it may be a wireless network. So when we our any device, any node, it is your either your cell phone or either your laptop, when connected to a network, it acquires a IP address. So once it acquires the IP address, once it's get the IP address, all the communication takes place using that IP address on that link. So as soon as the same host change its physical location, that moves into another area or another network or another subnet, its IP address change accordingly, and all the communication takes place on the host using old IP address goes down. But IPv6 mobility provides a mechanism for the host to roam around different links without losing any communication connection and its IP address. This is the importance of IPv6 without losing any communication connection and its IP address. Uh, the, so this is the benefit of IPv6 mobility. You see here. When mobile node stays in its home link, all communication takes place on its home address as shown in below. Suppose you see here the mobile node is belongs to your home address, and home agent is there, home link is there. You see this is the home network, and if the corresponding node shared any data to the mobile node, there is no problem. That is home agent directly deliver the data, deliver the packet to the mobile node. But you see there's a foreign link. Suppose at the meantime, the mobile node moves to the another network, which is known as your foreign network or foreign link. But when a mobile node leaves its home link and is connected to some foreign link, the mobility feature IPv6 come into play. So the feature of IPv6 comes now. The vital role of IPv6 is here. After getting connected to a foreign link, the mobile node acquires the IPv6 address from the foreign link. This address is called care of address. The same concept is here, but IPv6 acquires a IPv6 address. This address in different format. You know that every protocol has different format. So IPv6 also has different format. We'll discuss about the next slide. From the foreign link, this address is called the care of address, and the foreign agent immediately send the care of address to the home agent. The mobile node sends a binding request to its home agent and the new care of address. So the home agent binds the mobile node's home address with the care of address, establishing a tunnel between the both. So once the care of address is constructed, now the foreign agent sends a request to the mobile node. The mobile node sends a binding request to its home agent. So mobile node immediately sends a request to the home agent. That is, this is my new address. This is my new care of address. So the home agent binds the mobile node's home address with the care of address, establishing a tunnel between both. So now the tunnel is established between the home address and the care of address. So any data come now from the mobile node will pass through that tunnel. So when a correspondent node, that is another node, correspondent node is another node, tries to establish the connection with mobile node. Now it is not in the home address. The home agent intercept the packet and forward its mobile node's care of address over the tunnel which has already established. So the tunnel is established at the time of when the mobile node made a request. So at that time the tunnel was already made. So now there is no problem. Any data comes for the mobile node. Now the home agent forward that mobile node's care of that packet to the mobile node's care of address over the tunnel which has already established before. You see here. So now the mobile node is not in home link or home network. Now it's already it left the home link and entered to the foreign link. So there is a binding request from the mobile node to the home agent and a tunnel is established. So when the corresponding node send the packet to the mobile node, it first come to the home agent. So home agent knows that where the mobile node is. It knows that it is not in home link or home network, and it send that packet through the tunnel which was already established before. So once the data is sent, the mobile node get it the data.
Sir, what is special about this tunnel? I mean, how is it different from normal internet communication?
You see, here tunnel means there is no interface in between. The data is encrypted before the data enter to the tunnel, and it is same algorithm is used to describe the data on the other end. That is, there is no any other. Suppose in a general network, when a data is sent to another, suppose source to destination, it first comes to the first node. First node knows that it is not my IP address, it forward to the next node. In this manner take place. But here there is no interface in between them. The dedicated, you can tell it is a dedicated path from the home agent to the mobile node through the care of address. No server is used, no intermediate node is used, not anything. But in a simple network, suppose there are 15 nodes. When you send data, you send data to a destination, it first comes to the first node, then first node checks the IP address of itself to the destination node. If it is, does not match, it forward the node to the next node. In this way, the destination receive the data. But here that techniques does not take place. Here the direct the dedicated tunnel, dedicated path is established between the home agent and the mobile node. Are you getting?
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
The next topic is VoIP. Have you heard about the technique VoIP? Have you used it? That is voice call using internet. If there is no internet, you cannot call the voice call. Have you used it?
Yes, sir.
WhatsApp
Where?
calls are
Yes, sir.
WhatsApp call. WhatsApp call. The best example is WhatsApp call. WhatsApp voice call is example of VoIP. Okay, that is you need internet connection for that purpose. So that is why it is VoIP, voice over internet protocol. But a general call does not need internet connection. You off your mobile data, then you may call general call. But for WhatsApp call, you must have the internet connection because the voice over internet. So that is why the name is VoIP. Okay, so voice call on internet is the best example of VoIP. So voice over internet protocol VoIP is a technology that allows to make voice call using broadband internet connection instead of a regular phone line. No phone line use, no use what use, no regular your wired or copper wire is used, no phone line used, but you can make a call using internet. VoIP services convert voice into digital signal that travels over the internet. Uh, it convert voice into digital signal. If we are calling a regular phone number, the signal is converted to regular telephone signal before it reaches the destination. And in the in destination side, the reverse will be take place. That signal is converted to the voice call. VoIP can allow you to make a call directly from a computer or a special VoIP phone or a traditional phone connected to a special adapter. So you can make a call from VoIP or your mobile phone or traditional phone or any special adapter. Uh, is it visible? Have you seen this? Is it visible clearly? Not clearly, but I think uh, you may able to read it. VoIP device, you see, there's a audio is connected to the data packet. Uh, so it is converted to the data packet or signals, digital signals. Then it passes through the, you see the third one, audio travels through the internet as data packets. So internet is connected. And internet connection is must required for this purpose. So once it reach the destination, the VoIP device from for the destination sites, before that it must be converted back to the audio, must be connected to the audio to the voice, otherwise you cannot hear it or cannot understand it. So data packet are converted back into the audio and then it is delivered to the destination VoIP device. So this is the VoIP. This is the way VoIP works. So first is the source VoIP device, and then the audio is connected to the signals to the data packets. So as it is connected to the internet, then it is travels to the internet, and once it is the VoIP destination VoIP device, before that it must be converted back to the audio again.
Sir, is it working like a modem?
Modem. So that is that converted means that is one type of device they are used like modem. I am right. It is converted. Converted means that there is some device like a modem is used for that purposes. So in this way, VoIP works. So the internet connection is required for this purpose only. Let us see what are the merits and demerits. VoIP services offer feature and services that are not available with the traditional phone or availability but only for an additional fee. Paying for both broadband connection and a traditional telephone line can be avoided. You cannot uh, pay for the both. One is for broadband connection and traditional telephone line. Smoother connection than an analog signal can be provided. But disadvantages is some VIP service do not work during power outage, or the service provider may not offer backup power. Another maybe issue is quality. Suppose you when you call over WhatsApp, I think the quality of calling or quality of voice is not better or not good as compared to the general call. Is it true? Have you experienced?
Yes, sir, because of
Maybe.
internet connectivity.
Yes, yes. That is some packet actually when data is passing through internet, some packet or some data may be lost or some may be weakened. So that is why when we calling through internet or WhatsApp calling, so this is not more clearer or it has no clarity as same as your general call. So this is maybe one of the demerits. Not all VoIP services connect directly to the emergency services through the emergency service number. We have some emergency number 100, 101, 102 like that, like police, fire station, medical emergency. So some VoIP service may be service not connect directly to the emergency services. VoIP provider may or may not offer directory assistance. Uh, we have a directory assistance that is there is a directory. It contains the phone number or contact number of other persons. So it may or may not offer that. And the quality also an issue. Not written there, but quality also is an issue here. the IP security, shortly known as IPsec. It is also a IETF standard suite protocol between two communication points across the IP network that provide data authentication, integrity, and confidentiality. So basically, the IP security used to for these purposes: data authentication, that is, the data is authorized or not, it comes from a authorized user or not, integrity, and confidential. It also defines the encrypted, decrypted, and authenticated packet. That is the encrypted and decrypted algorithms. That is, the encrypted algorithms is used to change the data in one form, and the decrypted algorithm used to get the data, original data back at the destination side. The protocol needed for secure key exchange and key management are defined in it. We have a, where is that? Achha, that format is here. Where is that? Achha, this one. IPsec can be used to do following things: to encrypt application layer data, to provide security for routers sending routing data across the public internet, to provide the security to the routers who is sending data to public internet, to provide authentication without encryption, like to authenticate that the data originate from a known sender, a authorized sender, by suppose user ID and password or any key like that. The protect network data by setting up circuits using IPsec tunneling, in which all data is being sent between two endpoint and encrypted as with VPN connection, virtual private. We'll discuss about the private virtual network and virtual private network. And this is the tunneling. So in VPN, virtual private net, the tunneling was used. We have already know the tunneling in a mobile IP concept. The tunneling is a that is, you tunnel that is you make the encapsulation. That is, within tunneling the data will not be accessed by any the outer agent. uh, Working. The host check if the packet should be transmitted using IPsec or not. This packet traffic triggers the security policy for themselves. So this IPsec, as you know, it is used for the security purpose. So this is done when the system sending the packet apply an appropriate encryption. So when data is sent, it is before sending, the data must be encrypted to other form. Suppose in between any hacker comes and suppose if the data is hacked, so they will get the data in encrypted form. So this is done when the system sending the packet apply an appropriate encryption. The incoming packet are also checked by the host that they are encrypted properly or not. Okay, so then the IKE, Internet Key Exchange, phase 1 start when with the two hosts using IPsec authenticate themselves to each other to start a secure channel. So it has two modes: the main mode, which provide the greater security, and aggressive mode, which enable the host to establish an IP security more quickly. As you know, Internet Key Exchange, let us discuss what is IKE exactly. The channel created in the last step is then used to secure negotiate the way the IP circuit will encrypt data across the IP circuit. So now the IKE phase 2 is conducted over the secure channel in which the two hosts negotiate the type of cryptographic algorithm to use the session and agreeing on secret key. What are the secret key? and material to be used on those algorithms. So that means the same algorithm is used to decrypt the data. Then the data is exchanged across the newly created IPsec encrypted tunnel. So you know that the tunnel is expressed that a tunnel means there is a cover. There's a cover. You can tell there's a cover, so that the data will be passed to between the cover. No one can view it. No one can access it. These packets are encrypted and decrypted by the host using IPsec SAS, that is known as security association. So there is a agreement. There is a note that this particular algorithm is used for encrypt and decrypt the data. When the communication between the host is completed or the session times out, then the IPsec tunnel is terminated by discarding the key by the both of the host. That key which are they are exchanging, that key are discarded, and the IPsec tunnel is terminated because the data, the communication is over. The data has already sent, so the communication between the host is completed. Host and the two hosts are completed, so the session is timeout. Then IPsec tunnel, which was established before, now it is a time to terminate it. So how do you terminate? By discarding the key which has already exchanged between the two hosts. You see here, original packet, it contains TCP, data itself, and IP header, HDR. So, but in encrypted form, some trailer is added, some and data, TCP, ICP header, and now it is encrypted. And ESP authentication is there. That is authentication process is also by done. That is, it is come from a uh, valid user, authorized user. So some packet is and some header and some trailer is added. You see, ESP header is added, ESP trailer is added, and before destination, this which trailer or header added here at the site of destination, they are dropped. So virtual networking. Uh, you may use virtual VPN, virtual private networking for these purposes. That is, suppose you are working in your home. Suppose work from home. That is also you can connect your uh, connected. You see here. Virtual networking is a technology that facilitates the control of one or more remotely located computers or server over the internet. So here data communication occurs between two or more virtual machines. That is the machine seems that it is there, but actually it is virtual. It is similar to traditional networking, but interconnection occurs through virtual computing environment. Means in virtual networking, all devices, server, virtual machine are connected through software and wireless technology. So basically, they are connected through the software. It is based on physical networking principle, but the function are mostly software driven. So using software, they are connected. There is a software. In virtual networking, devices across many locations connect with each other and function with the same capability as a traditional physical network. But it is, as I said, is virtual. It is connected. There no physical network is there. No wire is used. So they are connected through a software. Virtual networking reduces the cost and complexity of operating and maintaining the hardware. Virtual networking software are installed on remote computers or server to avail of the virtual networking facility. So there are some softwares, there are some app also. You can download that app. Through the app, you can connect other computers systems, but there is some limitations, whether some range or some IP address or like that. Not IP address, that is, it is some range, or there are some limitation. Virtual networking interconnects remote devices and machines from any location using the software. Some vendors offer comprehensive virtual networking software and services. Modern technology are used to create an extended network that works wirelessly. 1 minute. So you may know some name of the software from for virtual networking. Have you ever used some VPN? No. Some Node VPN, the name of a software, Express VPN, name of some VPN software which are used to that software to connect your another system, that is known as virtual private networking, VPN network. A virtual private network, in short term VPN, uses the interconnect to connect two or more existing network. It is an interconnected based virtual networking technology that allows to access any physical network that are connected. It allows connecting any private network through the internet, security and privately. It is just like a private point to point connection between two devices or network. So this is virtual private network. That is, it is virtual and private. Private means no other person can use it. Suppose you are working from home, and your office is suppose in Bangalore. You are at home in your New Delhi. Suppose when you using the general network, the data may be lost. The hacker may hacks your data. Suppose your data is important to you, so that is the hackers may hack some data. So you use a network that is known as virtual private network. That is ERG private. That is no other persons can use it. Only some authorized user can use it. Similarly, virtual local area network, in short, they called VLAN. VLAN subdivides the LAN logically into different broadcast domains Means it uses partition to group device on a LAN network into domains with resources and configuration. That is, as the name suggests, it is LAN. That is the LAN in between some distance, some range. There is some range. Within that range, a LAN will be constructed virtually. That is called the virtual LAN. It allows better security, monitoring, and management of the device and server within the specific domain. Each VLANs act as a separate LAN. Data transmission become much easier, and with VLAN, the increasing transmission demand is fulfilled. So these are the benefit. It is flexibility because no wire is used, no physical hardware is used, digital security, low networking hardware investment. So hardware investment is very low, very less overall traffic as is use software. So traffic will be less. Centralized network management, easy address to issues. If there are any issues, it is easily detected. Less cost saving. Remote work capability. So using the software, you can use any other persons which are at a very distance. Productivity also. So these are the benefit of virtual networking. Cloud computing. We know about the cloud computing, but this is the mobile cloud computing. Mobile cloud computing, which is defined as a combination of mobile computing, cloud computing, and wireless network that comes up together purpose such as rich computational resources to mobile user, network operator, as well as to cloud computing providers. So the mobile cloud component has three major components. One is wireless network, mobile computing, and cloud computing. That is these three components form a mobile cloud computing. What are the benefit? Now it reach computational resources to mobile user, network operator also, and as well as to cloud computing provider. Mobile cloud computing is meant to make it possible for each mobile application to be executed on a different number of mobile devices. In this technology, data processing and data storage happen outside the mobile devices. That is, it is out. The data is not process or data storage happen in the within the mobile devices. It happen outside the mobile devices. As it is data is not processed inside the devices, so the extended battery life. Improvement in data storage capacity and processing power because data is stored outside of the mobile devices, storage devices which is limited in storage. Improve synchronization of data due to store in one place, accessible from anywhere platform there. So it is synchronization of data, improve synchronization. That is data is stored where, but it must be synchronized to all the devices. Improve reliability and scalability. Easy of integration. The installation integration is easy. But there are some factors fostering adoption of mobile cloud computing. So there are some issues, there are some challenges. Trend and demands. Customer expect convenience in using company's website or application from anywhere and at any time. Mobile cloud computing is meant for these purposes. User always want to access business application from anywhere so that they can increase their productivity even when they are on the commute. Improve and increase broadband coverage. 3G and 4G along the Wi-Fi, femto cell. We know that there are different type of cells are depend upon the number of cells. picocells, femtocells are providing better connectivity for mobile device cloud computing and enabling technology HTML5, CSS, and hypervisor for mobile devices, clouding, and Web 4.0 are enabling technology that will drive adoption of mobile clouding computing. Infrastructure. Cloud infrastructure is a specific form of information architecture that is used to store data. Data cache. You know that in data can be locally cached. That is basically the frequently data are stored in local cache so that to save time. If the frequently used data are stored in local cache, if that data is requested by any node, so it is fetched immediately. If it is not fetched locally, so it takes more time to come from the remote system or server. User accommodation. Scope of accommodating different user requirement in cloud app development is available in mobile cloud computing and easy access. It is easily accessed from desktop or mobile device alike. So you can easily access from your mobile devices or desktop. Cloud apps facility to provide access to a whole new range of services. Nowadays, some app also are available for this purpose. On a remote data center, the mobile cloud application are operated generally by a third party. Data is stored and compute cycles are carried out. The 1 minute. So mobile cloud on the remote data center, mobile cloud application are generated by the third party data. Data is stored, computed cycle are carried out. The uptime integration and security aspect are taken care of by the backend, which is enable support to multiple access method. And some of the uh, cloud software you may know now it use. You may heard about Amazon web services. Microsoft also uses a cloud computing software which is widely used. Uh, it is Microsoft, I think Azure, AZURE. Microsoft Azure is one of them. Uh, Cloud platform are also there. Google Cloud also. We may heard about the Google Cloud. Google Cloud जो प्लेटफॉर्म GCP बोलते हैं, you may heard about that. So these are the some name of the cloud computing software app are used nowadays. These app can be function online quite well. However, they need timely updating. These need not be permanently stored on the device, but they don't always occupy any storage space on a computer or communication device because data stored in with that app and you have only use it. So there is no storage space. It take any storage space from your mobile devices. Benefit: it saves business money because of the portability, which makes their work easy and efficient. Cloud consumer explore more feature on their mobile phones. Developers reach greater market through mobile cloud web services. They will get greater market, a wide market. More network provider can join up in this field. But there are some challenges. Although these are some benefits, it has some challenges, some important issues. Low bandwidth. This is one of the big issues in mobile cloud computing. Mobile cloud use radio waves which are limited as compared to the wire network. So it use the radio waves. So the available wavelength is distributed in different mobile devices. Therefore, it has been 3 times slower in accessing speed as compared to a wire network. So it is slower. Due to this feature, that is because it uses the radio waves, and the wavelength is distributed in different mobile devices. If the number of the mobile devices has more, the bandwidth will be less because it is distributed in different mobile devices. So that is why it has been 3 times slower as compared to a wire network. And security and privacy. That is, that it is difficult to identify and manage threats on mobile devices as compared to desktop devices, because in a wireless network there are more chance of the absent of the information from the network. So as it is wireless, so there is a security also may be a concern. Service availability. User often find complaints like a breakdown of the network, transportation crowding, out of coverage of this problem. It may complain some users. Some user may complain of these network transportation ground network issue, breakdown of network. There is no network, our network needs breakdown, transportation of grounding, out of coverage. Sometimes customer get a low frequency signal which affects the access speed and storage facility. Sometimes the customer gets low frequency signal and which affect the access speed and storage facility. So these are the challenges, issues in mobile clouding computing. So if you get a question in mobile cloud computing, you have to write what is mobile cloud computing, what are the benefits, what is the working principle, and its challenges. Then next topic is mobile database. As you know that database is nothing but it is a storage of database. It is collection of some related data. So what is mobile database? It is a database that can be connected to a mobile computing device over a mobile network, because that data is stored in uh, uh, data is stored in a database. So we must access the database to access the data. Data comes from the database when the request is made from the client side. So that is when database that can be connected to a mobile computing device over a mobile network. That database is termed as referred as mobile database. So here the client and the server have the wireless connection. So this database can, when connected to the mobile computing device over a wireless network, wireless mobile network, it is known as your mobile database, and the client as well as the server both have the wireless connection. Nowadays, mobile computing is growing very rapidly and it is a huge potential in the field of the database. It will be applicable on different devices like Android based mobile database, iOS based mobile database, And some common example of database are Postbase Lite, Object Box. These are the name of some mobile database used nowadays. A cache is maintained to hold frequent transaction so that they are not lost due to the connection failure. The use of laptops, mobiles, and PDA is increasing to reside in the mobile system. Mobile database are physically separate from the central database server. So mobile database are physically separate. Mobile database reside on the mobile devices. So mobile database are capable of communicating with a central database server or other mobile client from the remote site. So they can are not separated from the central database. They reside in the mobile devices, but the communication that they are communicating with the central database. With the help of a mobile database, mobile user must be able to work without a wireless connection due to poor or even non-existent connection. So a mobile database is used to analyze and manipulate data on mobile devices. Mobile database typically involves three parties. Fixed host. It performs the transaction and data management function with the help of database server. Then mobile unit. These are portable computer that moves around the geographical region that includes the cellular network that use unit of communication to base station. So some are fixed host and some are mobile unit which are moving. Base station. There are two-way radios installation in fixed location that pass communication with the mobile unit and form the fixed host. So these are the three parties are involved in the mobile database. But it has some limitation. Same limitation bandwidth. It has limited wireless bandwidth. If the number of users are more, so bandwidth will be less, the data access will be less or low. In a mobile database, wireless communication speed. So the speed is also another issue. It requires unlimited battery power to access. So energy is required, uh, battery power is required to access because as it is a mobile, as it is moving, so there is no constantly power supply. Okay, that is you. If you are moving, power supply will not constantly. So that is why battery power is required to access it. It is less secure as it is using mobile network or wireless network and it is a mobile database, so that it is more not secure as compared to a general database. It is hard to make theft proof, so data may be lost. Data may be lost as it is mobile and use wireless network. So security is also another issue. Ad hoc network. As the name suggests, ad hoc network, it is actually the network is temporary network. Uh, you see, mobile ad hoc network. we have some idea about ad hoc network. That a network which is temporarily be constructed for sometimes, it is known as your ad hoc network. But the mannet or mobile ad hoc network, which is shortly known as mannet, mobile ad hoc network, and it is a popular term, mannet. Mannet stands for mobile ad hoc network, also called wireless ad hoc network, or ad hoc wireless network, that usually has a routable networking environment on top of a link layer ad hoc network. So basically, it is used top of a link layer ad hoc network. They consist of a set of mobile nodes connected wirelessly in a self-configured. There is no fixed configuration. Self-healing network without having a fixed infrastructure. There is no fixed infrastructure. कोई infrastructure नहीं है. But suppose they are connected themselves. And more importantly, there is no fixed topologies. No topologies. Any topology they use. That is, there are no topologies. That you know that the arrangement of nodes in a network is called topologies. You may heard about star topology, bus topology, mesh topology, ring topology. So these are different topologies are there. And when we constructing a network, we may know that which topology we are going to use. Okay, so but in this mannet, it does not have any fixed infrastructure. कोई infrastructure नहीं है, fix नहीं है, और कोई topology भी fix नहीं है. Mannet nodes are free to move randomly. That is why the network topology changes frequently. So as I told, that is, it does not have any fixed topologies. So it freely moves randomly. Suppose you are one node is here, and sometimes this node may move to any other places. So as there is no fixed position of any node, they are moving always. So no fixed topology are there, and also no free infrastructure is there. Our mobile connection has a free infrastructure. There is a what that is told. Any router is there, or your for satellite there is a tower is there. Tower free infrastructure tower is there. From you are when you make a call, you are first connect to the satellite through that tower only. So here is no fixed infrastructure is there. So mannet nodes are free to move randomly as the network topology changes frequently. Each node behaves as a router as they forward traffic to other specific node in the network. So each node is considered or behaves like a router as well as host. Suppose you are node. Suppose there are three nodes: node 1, node 2, and node 3. And node 1 is sending data to node 3. Node 1 is connected to node 2, and node 2 is connected to node 3. So when node 1 sending data to node 3, it cannot send data direct to node 3. It sent to data node 2, because node 2 is connected to node 3. So node 2 then forward the data to node 3. So when forwarding, the node 2 is behaves as a router. But while the node 2 is sending its own data to node 3, it is behaves like a host. So you can tell that each node can behave like a host as well as a router. A temporally variant of local area network as an ad hoc network. An ad hoc network turns into a LAN when it is permanently installed. Okay. So when it is permanently installed, it is called a LAN, physical LAN. But when it is used temporarily, it is called a LAN. Your Bluetooth device. Suppose you make a Bluetooth and it is connected to for some times whenever the Bluetooth is on, not permanently. So it is your you can tell it is a network, temporary network. Suppose the Bluetooth there is some range. Any device within that range can connect to your device. So an ad hoc network may accommodate multiple users at once, although performance may suffer. So any number of user within that range can access your device or can communicate to your devices. Okay, so no limitation of any type, any number of devices. As long as the hosting device has internet connectivity, user can also use an ad hoc network to connect to the internet. If it has internet connectivity, the hosting devices, then it uses the internet connection. So the other the users can also use an ad hoc network to connect to the internet. Security is one of the main issues with an ad hoc network because you don't know which devices are connected to each other. This is unknown to you. Within that network, any devices can connect you. Every network can communicate you, which are within your range. So an unknown nodes can connect that network. So that is why the security is the main issue. Cyber criminal can typically connect to the wireless or ad hoc network and consequently to the device if they come within the signal range. Suppose your Bluetooth is on. Your Bluetooth is on. Any devices within that range can connect you. Can connect you. So you don't know that is which device is known to you, which is unknown to you, but it is connected to you. Okay, so that is the network name cannot be distinguished if user are in the public area, since user cannot prevent their ID broadcast or ad hoc mode. So an ad hoc network are not always appropriate because of this. So the security, which is which has main issue or main concern here in ad hoc network. So the cyber criminals can typically connect to the wireless ad hoc network and consequently the device if they come within the signal range. So any device which in the that signal range can communicate. Ad hoc network are not always appropriate for this reason. Ad hoc connection, however, transitory and only reachable within 100 meters, can be useful in some circumstances. Attackers are unable to access the gadget from a distance or are limited in the amount of time they have to plot their attack. You see here. Suppose one node is there, within that range, any device can connect it. You can connect any device within that range. That is called your mainnet. Or any other device come within that range, also connect to other device. So you see here, any number of nodes can be connect. There is no limitation of the number of nodes connect to it. Although there will be a bandwidth issue if the number of user increases, and security is a main concern, main issue because any node comes to the range can connect. So characteristics, you may write the characteristics of mainnet, and mainnet is also an important question. It may come in an exam. You have write the mainnet, its characteristics, as we discussed. Uh, Dynamic topology, the topology dynamically. It does not have any fixed topology. Suppose you are constructing your own network in your home, any physical network, so it has topologies. Either you are using bus topology or you are using star topology. There is a hub and the other connector is connected to it. But this is a dynamic topologies are there. That is network topology, which is typically multi-hop, may change randomly and rapidly with time because all the devices are moving. The one that is why no fixed infrastructure is there. It does not have any fixed infrastructure. So that is why it is not has a fixed topology. It can form unidirectional or bidirectional link. So that is why the topology are not fixed. It is dynamical changes time to time. As all the mobile devices are moving. Suppose one mobile device is other this place at this time. After some time, it may change its place. So that is why no fixed topology is there, and topology dynamically changes. Bandwidth constraint and variable capacity links. Wireless link usually have lower reliability, efficiency, stability, and capacity as compared to the wired network. So it is also bandwidth constraint. Also, bandwidth also another issue, means speed is also another issue. Autonomous behavior. Each node can act a host and router, which shows its autonomous behavior. As we discussed, that one node may behave as a host and also behave as a router, because first node, if if the node 1 sending data to n2, so if it is not for n2, it is reached from n2, but n2 forward the data to the n3. So at the same time, n2 also send data, is own data to n3. So n2 here acts as a router as well as the host. So that is known as autonomous behavior. Energy constant. Obviously, energy is constant. It is takes power because it is mobiling. That the devices are mobile devices. They are moving. So you cannot provide continuous power to it. So they are battery driven. So as some as all nodes are really on batteries or other external means for their energy, mobile nodes are characterized by less memory, power, and lightning features. So obviously, as it's moving, the lightning feature must lightweight. It must the device must be lightweight. No. Otherwise, no one want to carry it, and it is less memory. As it is contain memory as power source, so it must have the less memory. So as it is moving, no fixed energy can be provided, no fixed power can be provided. So as it is moving, this must be battery driven, and you know that battery has limited capacity. Limited security. The second point is limited security. Wireless networks are more prone to security threats. A centralized firewall is absent due to the distributed nature of the operation for security, routing, and host configuration. As it is distributed, no central uh, firewall is used. So that is why security also another concern, another big issue here. Uh, Less human intervention. They require minimum human intervention to configure the network. Therefore, they are dynamically autonomous in nature. So as you know, the autonomous behavior, that is every node behaves as a host as well as router. So it has autonomous in behavior. There are some Pros or cons. Separation from central network administration. No central network is used. It is distributed. Each node can play both the roles of router and host, showing the autonomous behavior we have already discussed. Every node is hosting, sending data, and every node is forwarding the data to its neighbor. Looks like a router. So that is why we have already learned that this is autonomous behavior. Self-configuring and self-healing. What is the self-healing? Suppose one particular node is out of the network. Suppose its power is off. Okay, if it is power is off, there is no issue in networking. That is the, suppose take an example. Suppose A is connected to B is connected to C. Suppose there are three nodes A, B, C. A is connected to B is connected to C. Suppose B is out of order. B is power off, or due to any reason, B comes out from that network. So A, in this case, is now directly connected to C. There will be a connection established between A to C directly. But previously it was A to B, B to C. If A is sending data to C, it used to take the help of B. Now B is out of order. Okay, suppose B have no power. Okay, so it comes out of the network. So now at the self healing, A is directly connected to C, and then C to D, D to E, and so on. That is why this network is known as self healing. Self configuring. Suppose any node comes to now comes to that end, it automatically connected. You do not have to configure here to connect this node, to connect this node, to connect. It automatically connects to any one of the node. Highly scalable and suits the expansion of more network hub. It is highly scalable, and it is also better if you want to expand the network. Resources. Cons. Resources are limited due to various constraints like noise, interference, and conditions. So that is, resources are limited for these purposes. Lack of authorization of facilities. As you know, there is no authorization facilities. Any device comes to that range, it can connect to the or send data or receive data from the network. So that is why authorization is also another issue. That is, you cannot know which device is authorized and which are not. So security also an issue we have already discussed. More prone to attack due to limited physical security. So there is no physical security, so most prone to attacks. High latency. There is a huge delay in the transfer of data between two sleeping nodes. If one node is sleeping, that is, they are connected but they are not working. They are not working, and suppose they are switch over any that the high latency means that the speed of data is less, low. Latency means, you know, the time between data sent and data received. So the latency is high, the latency is more. So this is your mannet, and mannet is important. It may, I have seen the questions. I found that is in many questions mannet comes. Mannet, what is mannet? What are the advantages and disadvantages? mobile computing operating system. As you know, an operating system is necessary for mobile computing without taking into account the capabilities and specification of the hardware. An operating system enables the user to run an application. We know that the importance of operating system is without an operating system, no system can run. And when you boot a system, it may be your mobile phone, it may be your laptop or anything, the operating system is the first program will load it to your memory. So once the operating system is loaded, the other function will done smoothly. Your process management, work, memory management, security, so all are done by the operating system. So operating system in every devices like your laptop, your mobile phones, your desktops is important. So uh, it offers tools for organizing various tasks into system schedules. Even though Personal Information Manager (PIM) and API (Application Programming Interface) for using SMS, MMS, GPS, and other apps are provided by an operating system. Tasks and memory can be managed by operating system using tools including creation, activation, deletion, suspension, and delay. So you know that the memory all managed by the operating system. You when you say store data, the data is stored in which part of your memory it is decided. It will be decided by the operating system. And if there are tags also, if the different tags are there, different processes are there, it is also a process by the operating system uh, uh, in a particular manner. There are different algorithms to use the process management. The process is known as the tax is known as the process management. So different tags when come from same time, the operating system decides which tax will be done first and which will be later. There are some algorithm for this purposes. You may heard about the first come first serve. The process which come first will be solved first, and your priority, the priority based tax. Suppose some tax is priority. If a lower priority tax is going on, and meantime a higher priority job come, so it will suspended. The first job is suspended, and let the higher priority job will be processed. Okay, once it's over, then uh, the first job will be continued. So the process management, memory management, all the tasks are done by operating system, including creation, activation, deletion, suspension, and delay of all the processes. It offers the feature necessary for the system's many tasks to be synchronized. There may be several threads for a task. It offers thread synchronization and priority distribution. So we know that some tasks are distributed into smaller parts, which is known as the process. Sometimes it is known as the threads, and you know there is a inter-thread communication, and the several threads is formed from a task, and they are synchronized and they are processed at a time. Additionally, an operating system offers interface for software at the application layer, middleware layer, and hardware devices to communicate with one another. It makes it easier for software components to run on a varied hardware. So also all the software also managed by the operating systems. For the device graphic user interface GUI, an operating offer programmable libraries. So the GUI के लिए भी OS offers programmable libraries. Many user operated device require user application GUI, voice user interface components, and phone application program interface API. Some APIs we are using some API, some voice user interface, that interface will works through the voice, and some graphical user interface GUI. Some icons are there, If you click on that icon, some will open and some will close. That is some graphical user interface also there. Device drivers for USB, keyboard, display, and other devices are also provided by the operating system. Without this software, your system may not recognize these devices. Suppose if you are connecting a USB, there is a particular device driver, so that the USB is recognized by the system. Suppose you are connecting any hardware component, the hardware component must have a system device driver. That driver is a software which supports the device to be connected, so that the device will work smoothly. Middleware application and French environment for developing application are also provided by the mobile operating system. So this is generally same as their operating system. So we have already discussed the operating system. Today the mobile operating system. Tempura. You know the database. So database management system is used for organizing information that can be easily persisted, queried, and managed. Some NoSQL database will mainly store the key value pair. Suppose you know that XML. XML is also sometimes used as storing data, but there is a key pair. Some tags are there, user-defined tag are there to store the data, and it is easily connected to any type of application. So that is called NoSQL database are mainly stored in key values, pair, and documents or graphic-based data and unstructured data. We can perform various operations on the data stored in the database. We have given the key operation, query operation. That is, you can make any query to the database to get the data. So we can query the structured data from the database table. We can also filter the data using conditional operators. Some operators are there. We can also get our required data without viewing the details. Besides that, we can also perform any insert or delete operation in the database. We can insert any data, specific data to a table using insert operation, and also we can remove the data or rows from the data using the conditional statement. There are various kind of database. We can use the most appropriate database based upon the use and case. So you know that the various database. So you use the appropriate database by using your which software you are using, which hardware you are using. So what is your requirement? So based upon this criteria, we select the database that we are going to use. Some relational database are there. The data is sorted in a table, stored in a table, which are related to each other. For structured data uses such as financial data, we use relational database. Oracle is one of them. MS SQL Server is one of them. MySQL is one of them. So they are the relational database you know. Some non-SQL database. The database schema model is flexible in NoSQL database. We can store the session data, shopping cart data in NoSQL database. And some name of the No-based database are MongoDB, DocumentDB are the few examples of NoSQL database engines. So these are the database which use which does not use any SQL language to access the data. XML database, we have just discussed XML. We use the XML tags as the key in the XML database. We use the XML database to manage the key value pair in uses. So we have some user defined tags to store that data. But actually XML is not a structured data. It is not a relational database. No query is used, no SQL language is used to access the data from the XML. So already database is type of database that can be accessed by mobile network and connect to the computing device. The modern word mobile cloud computing is expanding quickly and has enormous potential for the database industry. Okay, some example of the database we have discussed. Coach based Lite, Object Bus, and other popular database are example of the mobile database. Okay, these are also database. Okay. Then mobile device data store method. So we know that our mobile device have limited storage capacity. As it consume less power, it is battery driven, so it has less memory. So it cannot carry or cannot store a large amount of data. So all the mobile device is lightweight, as it is a battery driven. It has low memory. It cannot store large amount of data. All the mobile device have limited storage capacity. So we cannot store large quantity of data on mobile device. For dynamic mobile apps, we need to retrieve the data from the server. So there are some application used to store the data, so we can retrieve data from that applications. If the mobile device tries to retrieve large quantity of data for every screen refresh, it impacts the end user experience. Hence, to balance the dynamic nature of the data and the mobile app performance, the mobile app need to store data locally on the devices. So to access data from the mobile app, where the data is stored in the remote devices, it takes more time. So as we discussed, more frequently used data stored in local cache, so that when this data is requested, it is fetched immediately. Uh, mm, to balance the dynamic nature of the data and the mobile app performance, the mobile app need to store the data locally on the device. Storing the frequent used data locally on the device is referred to as caching or hoarding. As we discussed, the frequent amount of data which is frequently used data is stored in the local device, that is known as caching of data or hoarding of data. Okay, so that when the data is requested, it will be fetched immediately. But there must be a synchronization between this data and the server time to time. Otherwise, you will get the wrong data. So these data stores have different architecture. Let us see what is single tier architecture. In this architecture, the mobile app directly interact with the embedded database on the mobile devices. In this architecture, the mobile app directly interact with the embedded database on the mobile devices. We could use embedded mobile database such as SQLite, which store the frequent accessed mobile app data, which can use the frequently accessed mobile app data. The embedded mobile database store in the core application data such as business data, location data, user data that enable the mobile app to be operated in the offline mode as well. So this app may be used as offline mode because it caches all the frequent, some of the frequent data in the local cache. In single tile mobile database architecture, the entire mobile app data is held with mobile devices. So as it is single tier, the entire mobile app data is held within the mobile devices. Multi-tier architecture. In a typical multi-tier architecture, the mobile app use the data store in the remote database through API, application programming interface. Figure 2, there is a figure we will discuss, a multi-tier architecture. Let us see the figure. Here the figure, here the not there. The mobile app in tier 1 invokes the business service in tier 2, which gets the data from the database tier 3. You may recall that we have 3-tier architecture. Basically, database 3-tier architecture. In tier 3, the actual data is stored. Tier 1 is closer to user, is user interface. And the tier 2, which is known as the middleware, it is acts as a business logic. It contains a business logic that it acts as an interface between the tier 1 and tier 3. So it invokes the business service in tier 2, which gets the data from the database in tier 3. The mobile app can optionally cache the retrieved data locally in a cache or a database. This reduces the overall latency in involving the data from the remote database. That is actually data is stored in the remote database. So, but some frequent use data is stored in local cache. So, if it is asked or requested, it is fetched immediately. So, the benefit is it is reduced the overall latency in involving the data from the remote database. If it is locally present, no problem, it is fetched immediately. If the data is not present locally, it is not cached locally, so data should be fetched from the remote devices, which takes more time. So that is the overall latency will be more. Local caching architecture is there. In the multi-tier architecture, the mobile apps cache the data to reduce the overall latency. So multi-tier architecture, the mobile app cache the data. The data is cached in the mobile app. So that is why the overall latency is reduced. Okay, that is the data will be fetched immediately or fast. If the data is regularly accessed, for instance, user detail information or static information that is displayed on each mobile screen, then it is ideal cache candidate. Broadly, there are two methods to populate the cache. In the first method, the mobile app pulls the required data from the remote server and cache that data. Okay, so the mobile apps pull the data from the server and cache the data locally. The mobile app can pull the most frequently used data to reduce the overall latency. The second one is the push method, where the server pushes the data. The push is mainly used by the server to synchronize the server data with the client data. If some data is changed and the server is already caching locally, so server at that time push the data, because otherwise you will get the wrong data. So among the push and pull method, the pull method is optimal, as only the required data is pulled when it is required. So listen. Okay. So please write your name and number in the board. Please wait a minute. I will take the snapshot.
Sir, can you please share this PPT in the group?
Yes, I will share it.
Thank you, sir.
1 minute, don't leave. I will take the.
And we have class in the evening also, right?
Yes, at 3 p.m.
Okay.
Okay, you can leave now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.